Thank you, Jesus. Hallelujah. Thank you, Jesus. Hallelujah. Thank you, Jesus. Hallelujah. Thank you, Jesus. Hallelujah. Yeah, yeah. Thank you. Woo! Hallelujah. Thank you, Jesus.
Hallelujah. You might be seated. It's going to be a little bit. First and foremost, I want to say thank you. This house represents a lot of good things in my life. As you know, thanks to God for what He's done in our lives, I want to say thank you to my wife for being supportive all the time.
Hallelujah. Glory.
So if we have any husbands here tonight, I want you to go back home tonight and say thanks to your wife for all the time that you've been supporting me. Something the church has to build more is marriage relationships.
Amen.
Why? Because Satan is not going to look for your children. He's going to look for the head to break the children. So don't let the enemy to touch your house, to touch your marriage. Because once he touches their head, he touches every single one. So I want to say thank you to my supportive wife. That, as you saw, she's a fireball.
Yes, she is. Yes, she is.
And when she gets mad, she speaks English very fluent. So you can tell sometimes she speaks English in my house. She forgets Spanish and goes straight English. But I want to say thank you to this house. Thank you to my children, generation of prophets.
Hallelujah.
That always support me wherever we go. And I have taught them this all the time. It's not about one man preaching. It's about a body bringing the presence of God to another place. And that's what we are and that's what we do. But most of all, thanks to you for having us here. And every year, every time we come, it is a blessing to be here with you guys. Thank you guys. Pastor Bishop, it is an honor to be here because the Lord showed me this one time. This right here, sometimes we take it lightly.
Come on.
But this right here, called the pulpit, the altar, represents tears and sweat. Represents years of work. And we take it so lightly. And it's an honor for me when they say, Prophet, we want you to minister in our place. Because they're telling me my work, all I have worked for, my tears, you can use this place. It means they are trusting in us. Years of work.
Yes.
And I don't take that lightly. I want to say thank you for that. I don't take it lightly. Because they know how many years they've worked for this. How many tears they have shed for this place. How many prayers they had to come and lay their heart down just in order for him this. And sometimes people come to this place and just take the word lightly, and as soon as they walk out, they take their clothes off and they drop the word.
Yes.
I'm not here just as a preacher. I'm here with an assignment very specific, as my beautiful wife said. I have an assignment, and wherever I go, my assignment is to change a season, to change an atmosphere. You're fine. I'm very romantic, so go. But the seasons has to change according to your mindset.
Yes.
They can open the door, but if you don't go through the door, that's up to you. They can be ready as a door right here. This door can be ready all day long, but if you rather to cut through this way, it's up to you. The door will always be there, but it's up to you if you want to go through or not. Do you need batteries or something?
No prophet.
It's all right, I'm good. I'm in my house.
Amen. Amen. Amen.
I'll be home.
Amen.
But the truth is this. Every man in your life represents a season. And I came here tonight to change the season. And more than a preacher, receive a prophet. Because many times we receive preachers, but we don't receive the calling on that man. Because might confront me, because might tell me things that I don't want to hear, because might tell me that I've been lacking on my time, might tell me that little bit of things that I don't want to hear. But the truth is,
yes,
you got to hear, you got to receive, and you have to change your mindset.
All right.
Yes, sir.
You can tell your kids wash the dishes and they won't do it. You can tell your kids wash the dishes and I will give you $10 and they still don't do it, but they still want the $10.
Come on. Come on.
And that's the church. The church don't want to wash the dishes, but they still want the $10.
Come on here. Yes, sir.
And the season don't change. Do you want me to use the word or you want me to use the God I serve?
God, I serve.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Zach, can you help me with that? Check this out. There's a word in the Bible called emunah. Probably you're not familiar with it. Or probably you are. Emunah means faith in Hebrew. The problem is this. We've been running a car that we don't know how to function. The hybrid car called faith. And we just got on it. We just sat on it. And the problem is that the car has too many gadgets that we don't know how to use it properly. And that is faith. We've been running on that car. We've been running on that automotive. The problem is that faith has so many gadgets that we don't know how to use it properly. And that is the reason why many of us can't see a breakthrough in our lives. Because the breakthrough is gonna happen when you hit the target, but you hit it properly. You're not a boxer and you just hit the win. You gotta land the punch.
Yes.
Because you're gonna get tired. Even if you are in the box ring, you're gonna get tired. So emunah, it is a word from the Hebrew. It means faith. Now there's something very curious about this. The word doesn't have nothing to do with our present. So I never understood why people want faith to work in their present when we'll never was designed to work in our present.
Come on.
The work emunah will always work in your future. In other words, you cannot expect nothing from heaven when your mindset is working on Chronos. Many people come to church every Sunday expecting God to do something in their chronos. The problem is that they have never aligned their kairos. And the word kairos literally means a set time. In other words, something that is being prepared. Something that is not going to change. Something that don't have nobody to change it. Nobody can change it actually. When you have a set time, means it is like a divine appointment. When you have a doctor appointment, you don't change it. Nobody else can change it but you. Because the appointment is yours. So when you have your kairos, you have a set appointment and nobody else can change it but you.
All right.
So if the things that you have not achieved yet is not because the Lord has not set them already, it's because you have not made it to the appointment.
All right. Yeah. Thank you, Jesus.
You didn't come to the place that you were meant to be. You didn't come to the place where you were meant to go for one reason. The people don't make it to places for one reason.
Come on.
Yeah, teach it.
And this is the reason why. The spirit of fear has been attacking the church of God. So they paralyze. They stay stuck like this. And they never move because they are on the edge of the cliff and they don't want to jump because they're not sure if the angels are going to come and lift them up. So you can never know if you are going to be able to fly until the moment that you jump on the cliff.
Yes.
But by faith, I'm going to stay here. No. You don't need faith to stay here. You are here already. You made it to this place. You need faith for the next 10 seconds and see if you're going to make it to the land or you're going to fly.
All right. All right.
I want to take you somewhere. Because you cannot use your faith until you have a challenge in front of you. And if you don't have a challenge in front of you, you don't need no faith.
Come on.
Because faith was meant and given by God so we can be conquerors.
Yes.
So we can be successful.
Yes.
So we can be victorious. So we can defeat the enemy. So we can do greater things in God. So we can achieve more things in God.
Yes, sir. Woo! Hallelujah. Glory.
But the problem is this. We face the challenge. And when we see the challenge, we run away. Israel was in front of the valley. And Goliath was like this. Come in, Israelites.
What's up?
I'm going to kill you. Give me your best man. I think he was going to marry someone. Or it was like a wedding. Give me your best man. English is confusing, man. But I never understood this. If you read, David come to Saul and he asked, what they gonna give the man that defeat the giant? They're gonna give him the king's daughter. The king's daughter and no taxes. And that means money. And sometimes we pick up fights when there's no reward. So don't pick up a fight that has no reward. Learn that in your life. Take a rest only when there is a reward. Because God always going to tell you, take the rest on my name and I will reward you.
Yes. Yes.
David is like, can I go? He's going to kill you. And die. I'll make it. He goes into the valley blah, 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 blah. For 7 verses, Goliath talked. And David, because sometimes the people surrounding you is not going to be your help. Sometimes your neighbor is not going to be a great help. Sometimes your husband is not going to be a great help. Sometimes your sisters or brothers will not be a great help. Instead, they're going to discourage you. When you are starting your business, instead of supporting you, they say, well, do you think it twice? You might fail. Instead of saying, it's all right, let's do it, we'll support you, they try to discourage you. Because the enemy, the only way he has to stop you is getting you discouraged. Remember that you belong to God and he cannot touch you.
All right.
But he don't need to defeat you. All he needs to do is get you out of focus.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Many people think that Satan wants to defeat you. Satan don't need to defeat you. All he needs to do is get you out of focus. Because you won't achieve your purpose.
All right.
He don't want you to make it to your purpose.
All right.
So he's not going to touch you, because the moment he touches you, he touches God.
All right.
And he dies. So he cannot touch you, but he needs to get you out of focus.
Yes.
That's why he sends thoughts to your mind.
Yes.
He wants you to get discouraged in your dreams, in the things that you're doing, and he's all right with that. I don't need to touch you. I just need you to have fear and don't move from where you at.
Come on. What?
And when the spirit of fear touches you, you cannot activate your faith.
Come on now, come on.
So it's the time that this church get rid of the fear and begins to activate faith. Because one thing is talking about faith, but another different thing is activating my faith. Listen to this. I was teaching this morning. What is faith? Do you know the cycle of water? The Bible says that everyone receive a measure of faith. According to the book of Romans. Now my question has been this. What do you mean everyone has faith? Have you ever asked yourself about that? I said, Lord, how is it possible? If some people don't even believe in your name. If some people reject your name and your son.
Yes.
Denies him. And this is the answer. When the Lord created you, listen to this. When he created you, in the book of Genesis, chapter 1, he says men and women created them. I have a problem with that word. Eve was not ready yet. So how can you explain me why men and women created them, but he was still in Adam's rib? How come the men and women created them? Read it. It's Genesis 1:26. Men and women created them. Eve was still in the rib. And it says that he formed men. And when he formed men, he blew breath of life. So one thing is creative, but you give them form with your hands. So you have to do different things. You have to be